this is Vargas, and I am back again with another collection pickup video. I'm recording this on Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everyone out there. If you are a father, I hope your family celebrated you cool. If you got a chance to spend time with your dad, I hope you also had a good time. I actually, my family celebrated with me, and I got to celebrate with my dad, so that's really cool. So I got one present for Father's Day, and I went to pick up some stuff through Movie Freak, so I'm gonna share that with you. First off, the present. I think I mentioned this before. I bought a while ago at a good while ago at a flea market a little steel tripod, which is what I use for my videos. Really cool. It's kind of short, but for me sitting down, it's perfect. I just sit down, put the tripod up, and it records just fine. But my family, my awesome family, got for me this tripod. Really nice metal tripod, nice and sturdy. The other one I have is okay, but this one's looks much more sturdier, and it extends a lot. It actually extends to my height, so I could record videos standing up, which is cool. But this little tripod also comes with a ring light, so that's cool. It's an LED light and has a little controller here. That you can change the lighting settings, so you can have a bright color, a cool color, and color that's in between. So this will really up my and Macabro's video quality. It's cabled. It goes into a power outlet, so that's always kind of like an issue finding a power outlet to connect. And then I have an extension for this, so I can definitely get it a little up closer to me. So next time I record a video, or Macabro records a video, we'll put this on and see how that works out. But really thankful that my family got me this to up my recording game. Now I just need to pick up a better camera that will record like in HD and stuff. But yeah, really thankful that they got me that. It's really awesome. Like I said, picked up some stuff through Movie Freak, and he still sells CDs, but I mentioned this to my buddy Movie John. I want to collect music soundtracks. That's usually what mostly what I want to get, soundtracks to music, and I got a couple here. So first off, got The Last Witch Hunter. That movie with Vin Diesel, where he plays an immortal witch hunter. I thought it was pretty cool. I actually bought this movie a while back, and I thought it was cool. So I got the soundtrack for that. This is not a good. It's an entertaining movie, but it's not honestly a good movie. But the soundtrack, I picked it up because, again, collecting soundtracks, and it's the soundtrack for Snow White and the Huntsman, starring the Twilight chick and Thor, as well as Charlize Theron. So picked up the soundtrack, still sealed, still brand new. This one I'm happy I got. Anyone that follows my channel or knows me knows that I'm a huge mark for Nicolas Cage, and I picked up the soundtrack for City of Angels. There's the soundtrack there. So that's pretty cool. This is a really good movie. I liked it, and it's based on a French movie that I also picked up a while ago. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I also picked up the soundtrack for Chicago with Catherine Zeta-Jones. So cool. There's the back. And the last one I picked up is Austin Powers and the Spy That Shagged Me. I still actually need the soundtrack for the first Austin Powers and Goldmember, but like I said, I'm building up my movie soundtrack collection as I go along, so that's cool. Also, like I said, today I went to visit my dad, and my brother's still in between jobs, so I bought through him a couple of stuff. He sold me 4 Pokemon plushies, because my kids are getting into Pokemon, which is cool, because I love Pokemon, and if I can get them hooked on that, I'll have something else to share with them. So through my brother, I got a plushie for Eevee, which I'll show here, because my kids have them, and they're actually fell asleep with them, so I can't just take them out of the bed. So a plushie for Eevee, a plushie for a Charizard, a plushie for a Vulpix, and a plushie for a Meowth. So I got that through him. And also, this is kind of like a pawn purchase, because he said he sold this to me, but he said that as soon as he gets a job, this is one of the first things that he's going to buy back if I decide to sell it back to him, because I really, really wanted this, and it's the last of the Zelda games that I'm missing that I can get, and it's The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD for the Wii U. I have this on the Wii, but this one, they updated the graphics, they cleaned it up a bit, and put some extras. So yeah, I just, again, anyone that knows me knows that I'm a huge Zelda fan. It's my #1 favorite video game franchise, and I'm super happy to get this disc. So cool. On to the movies. Picked up The Masked Saint. I thought maybe this was an adaptation of Fray Tormenta, which was a priest in Mexico that became a luchador to get money to support his community. This one is not that. This one is a masked luchador that retired, became a priest, but then he saw that in his community there was a lot of crime, so he donned his luchador suit to become a vigilante. So I was like, well, that sounds different but interesting. It's one of these religious movies, and again, I've mentioned this before, I'm buying these religious movies because some of them are crazy and really, really entertaining. Not because of the message, but because they're just like really weird. And some of them are legit good. Some of them are well-paced, well-filmed, well-acted movies, and it's kind of like a crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get with these movies, but this one attracted me because it's a luchador movie, and it stars Roddy Piper. This was right there, Roddy Piper. You can't see him because of the sticker, but he's right there. So I thought that was worth the purchase right then and there. So I don't know how this movie will be, but we'll find out. This is a repurchase. I actually bought this through Movie Freak a while ago, but the copy that I have has a bit of water damage, and I'm really, really obsessive compulsive about that. I'll buy it because it's a movie that I wanted, but if I can get an upgrade to a copy that doesn't have any water damage, I will do so, and then I'll just pass along the other copy to anyone that wants it. But repurchased Orgasmo, Trey Parker film, one of the guys that did South Park, also the unrated cut, so now I have a upgraded copy of that. Picked up, I mentioned this before, I'm buying a lot of older movies because I respect a lot more the craft that went to doing older movies because of the limitations that they had, technological and everything. Now, today there's a lot of CGI, and there are some movies that do have an effort and do make an effort to make a good movie. Others just flop out a movie to be a week in the theaters and then try to make as much money as it can. But older movies, I'm getting into older movies, maybe because I'm getting older and my tastes change. But I picked up from Kino Classics The Chase. I have not seen this movie. I don't know anything about the movie, only that it stars Peter Lorre. So right there, the guy from Casablanca. So bought that. Picked up one movie that I've been actually hunting for a while, Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg. Really cool movie that I'm really happy to add to the collection. Now I need to get Sister Act 2. This one I'm really happy to get, but I'm also kind of bummed out. It's a movie that I've also been hunting down for a while. I've been wanting this movie for a good while now, and because I remember seeing it, I liked it, and it's Young Sherlock Holmes. This one had a really cool scene with a glass knight, and I read afterwards that knight is like the first CGI character in a movie, and so yeah, this is like an adventure of Sherlock Holmes when he was younger. The only problem is that it has a little bit of water damage, and again, that bugs me. I got it because I've been wanting to get this movie for a while. The disc is in good condition. The disc is minty fresh. It's just the paper thing that has some water damage, and that bugs me. But again, it's a movie that I haven't come across. I want it, and now I have it. Another movie I picked up that unfortunately also has a little bit of water damage is Killer Tattoo. I like Asian movies, much like the religious movies. You get a whole bunch of really weird movies sometimes. They're pretty good, usually pretty violent, but just really, really weird. And this one, it's a blockbuster release, so it's not a bootleg. At least I don't think it's a bootleg, but it has like Chinese symbols, or they could be Korean. I don't know. Definitely not Japanese. This is not Japanese. I'm kind of good at distinguishing Japanese, but this is not Japanese. This is either Korean or Chinese, because the kanji is different. But I don't know. At first, when I saw it was going over it, I thought it was a bootleg because it has this and then English here. So I don't know. It might be a bootleg that was sold at Blockbuster. It has the Blockbuster logo and it's in a Blockbuster box. So I don't know. This is pretty weird. I'll have to play this one on my DVD and Blu-ray and see if it plays. But no idea what that one's about. Picked up Having Fun with Dick and Jane, the original one. I did not know that the Jim Carrey one, the one with Jim Carrey and Téa Leoni, was a remake until I did a little research and bam, it's the original one. So I was like, well, holy shit. Again, I mentioned this before. I like owning the original and the remakes for comparison purposes, for collection purposes. But I've never seen this one, so I don't know if this one is any good. But I like the Jim Carrey one. And the last one is another one that I'm also really, really happy I got. I have a lot of good movies this time around. But I've also been hunting down for this one, and I finally have it. Again, debatably not a good movie, but I laughed at it, so I had fun with this one. But I picked up Mafia! An exclamation point. It's a spoof movie, kind of like Airplane, Naked Gun. It's probably not the last one because Scary Movie is more recent, but it's the last one that had this kind of style that was just like oddball, slapsticky kind of comedy, not the gross out mess that the Scary Movie franchise created with your epic movies, with your superhero movies, with your date movies. That I don't like that kind of parody thing that it became. I like this kind of parody, like your Hot Shots Part 2, your Airplane 2, Naked Gun, and this one is Mafia. Again, debatably not a good movie, but I laughed at this one, so I've been hunting for this one, and I finally got it, and I'm super happy. But yeah, that was this pickup video that I got to share with you guys. Got some really, really good ones. Like always, I like to recommend the standouts, but I'm gonna go old school with Mafia. I laughed my ass off with this one. Sister Act, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And Young Sherlock Holmes. This is pretty good. I like this one. I enjoyed this one, so I do recommend it. So yeah, stay tuned for another video. This is 1 week's worth of movies, but the stuff that I got last week is even more. I'll try to keep it short. But until I see you all again, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.